All right, well, welcome to the first episode of Fish Talk. Sitting here with Vincent Carini, member of CNC Adventures, also co-founder of the channel. We're going to do more of a style like this because we've been having a heat wave. It's been ridiculously hot. Vin, you want to say something about that?
Yeah, the heat wave that has been hitting us up here in Jersey. Um, I want to say for offshore fishing or inshore fishing, it's kind of produced a lot of high winds and the temperature change in the upper atmosphere. We've been experiencing a lot of atmospheric pressure, and it's kind of hard to fish in the boat that I have when we have some those high winds. I have a 24-foot Carolina skiff. That's a center console. It's a flat bottom boat, so when the wind's blowing over 10 miles an hour, it's kind of hard to fish. And the number one fish we kind of go for is flounder or fluke. And it's hard to maintain a drift when you have those high wind speeds. We have a device called a drift sock that we put out in the water, and it slows down the drift, and it makes things a little bit easier. But with the number of boats that are fishing in that bay and the constant traffic from pleasure boaters, plus the high winds, it's hard to film and fish in those kind of conditions.
Well, not just that. I've also crashed two drones
Yeah,
at this point.
we've had some losses.
So, I'd rather not do that again. And, just going out and making content without catching any fish.
Yeah.
It really isn't that good. It's going to be boring for us. It's boring for you guys. I mean, just being out there to me, though, is kind of what it's all about. But
they always say a day in the water is better than a day of work.
hey, listen, that might be the true thing you've said in a while since I've known you. But I've known you since we were babies at this point.
Well, since we were five or six.
Yeah, I mean, your mom, my dad went to school together.
Yeah, tight knit.
Then,
old school Italian roots.
Yeah.
Growing up in the same town.
Yeah, well, Lyndhurst is like, we're from Lyndhurst, and that's one of those towns I'm sure everyone knows. Once you grow up there, no one wants to leave there.
Yeah, it's been a nice town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been all right.
It's changed the last couple of years.
But yeah. So me and Vinny known each other since we were kids and grew up together. Went to school together. Went through high school together. Went through a few years where we just didn't talk. High school.
Yeah.
But we've been chilling for a while now, and then we just had an idea to start doing a YouTube channel.
Yeah, we do a lot of fishing, so why not, try to film some of it and get on YouTube and
try to convince other people to get out there and do the same. It's fun, once you're out there and enjoying the weather, being on the water.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. It's literally how people say it's God's country when you're up in the farmlands.
Yeah. I feel like at the South Jersey and even up in Sussex County where the freshwater fishing is and stuff like that. And there's freshwater fishing all over the state. But when people hear Jersey, they only think of like
shit.
Northeast Jersey, right?
Shit.
Northeast Jersey is like super industrial, and there's a bunch of cities like you have Newark, you got Elizabeth, you got Patterson, you got Jersey City, you got Bayonne, all those big cities.
So basically, if you just cut out like Central Jersey,
yeah,
you're looking pretty good.
Yeah. But what we put on film and what we've been putting out there are the parts of Jersey that nobody ever really sees, which is Barnegat Bay, even up in Sussex. You have Sussex County is northwest Jersey. You have some great lakes, you got some great streams. There's a lot of private lakes, but there's like the biggest lake in New Jersey is Lake Apacon. It's gorgeous there. Greenwood Lake's gorgeous. They allow gas engines on those lakes, but I want to say 90% of the lakes in Jersey are electric only. But other than that, it's really, really beautiful, and people that I've met or have taken fishing are like in disbelief that they're still in the state because of how beautiful it is.
Yeah. No, it's really nice. It really is. It gets you out of this area, gets you away from home, makes you feel like you're actually somewhere else, even though you're still here.
So some of the aerial shots that Nick's captured with the drones are, you'd think we're in Florida, but we're in Barnegat Bay. It's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, you probably don't see me much on the videos because I'm always behind the camera trying to make sure everyone is trying to be where they're supposed to be. to try to get somewhat footage and
Yeah. I'm just a guy that talks a lot. That's all I am.
Yeah.
He does all the magic behind the camera.
yeah. I mean, it ain't really that magic. It ain't that good.
It makes me look good.
But yeah, no. So let's get into some meat of this. I mean, people love to see us fish, love to see us outdoors, but obviously that can't be at the moment.
Yeah.
It's hard for me. I have a toddler. I have another baby on the way. So for me to get out every weekend is just not going to happen, sadly. And don't forget the heat wave that we've been having. So we'll try to do a more personal style video today. And just want to ask Vinny, like, what does fishing mean for you? I know it's really big for your dad. You've been fishing with him for a while.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know if you want to touch on that.
Well, take it from the top. I started fishing when I was 5 years old, out in the ocean, in the Raritan Bay area, mostly around Sandy Hook. My dad always had a center console that he kept at Atlantic Highlands in New Jersey, and if you look at the geography, you have in the basically the tip of Central Jersey, you have Sandy Hook that comes out like this. And then Sandy Hook is almost like a mini peninsula that comes out, and it's like this. And then inside here is all of Raritan Bay, and you have Atlantic Highlands down here. So we would launch out of Atlantic Highlands and we'd fish this whole bay and around the hook. A lot of great fish in there. It's one of the best fisheries in New Jersey. A lot of fish come in seasonally. We caught blues, striped bass, flounder, weakfish, various different types of shark, brown sharks, sand sharks, dogfish, more commonly called. And I probably fished that area every weekend from, I want to say 2001 was when I started fishing, because I was like 5 or 6, and I fished that area probably until about 2013, and I stopped fishing a lot there because of college and things like that. I just had less time. But things started to shift in like 2014 because my parents had bought a Shorehouse around Barnegat Bay, and we moved all the fishing stuff down to my parents' Shorehouse, and then I started fishing Barnegat Bay. So I've been fishing Barnegat Bay for close to 10 years now.
Yeah.
And I started freshwater fishing with our other friend Andre, who was in our Maine videos.
That's what I prefer, by the way. I rather freshwater than saltwater, but that's just me.
Freshwater fishing is more of a science to me than saltwater fishing. Saltwater fishing can be at times relatively easy.
Don't let Rob hear you say that.
I know I shouldn't say relatively easy, because you still got to know what you're doing. But when you're fishing out in saltwater, you can see where everybody else is fishing. It's pretty easy. So you could go to where you see other boats grouped up together and kind of copy what they're doing. Drop bait in the water, and if you're lucky, something hits. Whereas freshwater, we're predominantly bass fishermen in freshwater. I do a little bit of trout fishing as well, but bass fishing.
It's all about ripping lips.
Yeah. But there's got to be over 100 different bass lures to use, different presentations, different times of the year, because you can almost bass fish year round. I think the season ends you're not supposed to be catching bass in the winter, but I don't know. I can't remember exactly what the regulation is, but it doesn't matter. You can technically catch bass almost year round. There's cold water fishing in New Jersey. There's spring fishing in New Jersey. There's hot weather fishing in New Jersey. Speaking of hot weather fishing in New Jersey, we've had this heat wave that's been going on.
It's been like 90 degrees, 90 plus degrees. And the humidity's matching the outside temperature. It's just been miserable.
Yeah, the key thing with it affecting the bass fishing is that it's been over 90 degrees for more than 3 to 4 consecutive days. So you have these lakes that have reached very, very hot temperatures, and it's almost like the bass become like in a frenzy, and they'll hit almost anything. You got wacky rigged Senkos, probably work real good right now. My favorite bass lure is a Zoom Super Fluke, a white body with a chartreuse tail, hooked weedless. That'll work real good.
We did a video on that.
Yep.
So if you guys want to go back and check that out.
Yeah. Early in the morning and late in the afternoon, top water should be explosive. Anything from a jitterbug, popper, super spook, any kind of weedless
Who
frog.
names these things?
I don't know.
That's what I want.
I have no
Jitterbug.
idea. Yeah. Probably some fucking moonshine hicks. Fucking like, oh, this guy got me. It was a voodoo, you know. But any one of those topwater baits will work real good right now, if you can get out there. I mentioned earlier in the video that we've been with this heat wave. We've been getting some high winds for the saltwater fishing, but I got a couple of captains who go out a lot out of Barnegat Bay. They give me the fishing report, and a lot of people are catching keeper-sized flounder outside. There's a reef that's maybe 4.5 to 5 miles away from the entrance of Barnegat Inlet. It's called the Tires, and a lot of these captains have been going out there and catching keeper-sized fluke on the Tires Reef. If you're familiar with the area, there's a party boat named Miss Barnegat Light.
That almost took us out last time we went.
Yeah, they came real fucking
real
close. Really fucking close. I almost had to turn the engine on because they were going to throw us into the rocks. But Miss Barnegat Light heads out to the Tires almost every day. They leave. It's really easy to spot where Miss Barnegat Light's going because we're typically on the water by like 6 a.m. And Miss Barnegat Light leaves the jetty at 8 a.m., I think. So you can literally watch them go right out of the inlet and go straight to the Tires Reef. It's almost like a straight line right from the inlet. And it's been producing a lot of fish. I haven't heard a lot of people catching fish inshore in the bay. Maybe 1 or 2 keepers come out of the bay. It's kind of slow fishing. I think it's because of a lot of pressure.
Well, that's like last time we went out, we tried to make a video. We went out fluking, and we got nothing. We were skunked the entire day.
Yeah.
We caught a couple
skates.
We caught a couple skates,
Yeah.
but we did get one little flounder.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Nothing to keep and
Yeah.
take home.
For those of you that don't know, a skate it looks like a ray. It's a ray style fish, I guess you could say.
R.I.P. Steve.
Yeah. But a skate, it doesn't have a smooth body like a typical ray that you'd think of. It's got spikes all over it, and the tail is barbed. It's a bottom feeding fish. They don't really move around like you watch National Geographic. You see these big schools of manta rays all swimming.
Yeah.
Skates are a bottom feeding fish, so they bury themselves in the sand just like a fluke does, and they come up and hit things just like a fluke would.
But they're annoying.
But they are annoying. They're not difficult to handle, but if you're not
Don't grab with your bare hand.
Yeah, if the
Please.
spikes on a skate, if it pierces your skin, it's got a slime on it, and it's not like you get an infection. You definitely want to clean the wound, but it'll sting for like a week because of the slime that's on the scales. It's a defense mechanism that the skate has.
Yeah, but that day we went out, we got skunked, but our other friend Rob, who's also part of the CNC group, but he's busy all the time, so we try not to bug him too much. He went out at the Shrewsberry, and
yeah, they've been hammering the fish in the Shrewsbury. Anybody that fishes the Shrewsbury River, there's maybe you want a little geography, but you have Sandy Hook. I was describing earlier. You got Sandy Hook. It comes out, and then you have Raritan Bay here. You got a river that comes out that kind of separates the landmass between Atlantic Highlands and Sandy Hook, and that river is the Shrewsbury, and the Shrewsbury kind of forks into the Navesink River, and then the rest of it is the Shrewsbury, and it's kind of a shallow river at times. There are some pretty deep pockets that get to about 45, 50 feet in depth, but I want to say the standard depth for that river can range anywhere from 20 to 12, and there's shallow spots where it gets less than a foot. So, fishing from a boat, you got to stay inside the channels, but from what I understand, a lot of the channels where it goes from maybe 4 or 5 feet, it drops down to 12 feet. In those areas, they've been catching tons and tons of keeper flounder. I've heard of guys going there and being limited out. That means every man on the boat caught 3 keeper fish, and you got to go back to the dock. They've been limited out in an hour or 2 hours.
That's the only time fishermen ever go back early is when they got something.
Yeah, when they've reached their limit. What I will say for those of you who maybe keep short fish, not me, I never do that, but a lot of guys, there's nothing you could do about it. There's a lot of guys that keep short fish. They don't play by the rules. The Shrewsbury is a heavily policed area. They have multiple state police boats with game wardens on board, and they'll come right up to you. Obviously, they'll board your boat. They want to see every cavity, and they rarely make a mistake. You know, I've seen guys when we come back to the dock, you know, one guy will get off the boat with a fucking backpack. The game warden will follow you to your car and look in that fucking backpack. Don't play any games. Play by the rules. The rules are in place to preserve the fish so that we always have fish to catch.
That's another thing. We're not here to abuse the fish. You know, we don't keep what we're not supposed to keep. You give the fish a chance to grow, spawn.
I don't really keep a lot of fish anyway. I only keep flounder.
No, I'm not talking about us. I'm talking about the fishing community as a whole.
Yeah. You know, you see these guys with, you know, fishing on the side of the riverbank or fishing off the beach, and they got a pail full of fish, and they're not, you know, it's a mixed bag. They keep some garbage fish. They have like,
and why?
5 or 6
For what?
They eat everything.
You know?
5 or 6 of the fish in there are flounder, and they're short. You know, nobody really gives a shit about bluefish. You could basically keep those in any size and as many as you want, but you know.
And they put up a good fight.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun to catch a bluefish, but I don't really like eating them. They're very fishy.
See, I think it's more like how you make them. Like if there's certain ways to make them where it doesn't taste that bad.
Rob did a nice one. He kind of made like cutlets with it.
Yeah.
And he squeezed the lemon on it. It was nice. The one way I really like it is if you guys have a smoker, like a hickory smoked fucking bluefish, bro. It's fucking good, dude. It's good. It's like almost like a fish jerky.
It make me hungry over here.
Yeah. I don't know, this might gross some people out, but the fucking skin out of a smoker, bro.
I eat the skin
I love
of
skin.
the fish.
It's really, really good for you. Eating the skin's better than eating the meat of the fish. For you, anyway.
But, yeah, no, we definitely want to do another trip like we did in Maine. We did a quick video on that. We were actually there for 5 days?
Yeah, no, I want to say 4 days.
4 days. We had a cabin. What was it? What was the name of the place?
Eagle Lodge.
Eagle Lodge in Lincoln, Maine.
Yeah.
Highly, highly recommended. The owners are super sweet, very nice.
Yeah, cabins are right on the water, and the name of the lake is called Folsom Pond. Folsom.
And we went there with the intention of smallmouth, but it turned out that largemouth took over the whole lake.
Yeah, somebody stocked it with largemouth, and the largemouth just took over the population.
So, a little disappointed that we weren't there to get the fish we were targeting.
Yeah.
But we were ripping them in the boat left and right.
Yeah, there was one species of fish that was in there that I actually really wanted to catch, and it's they got white perch. They got white perch in there, and it's a very sweet meat. Go right in the pan. It's fucking great tasting
right
fish.
in the pan.
Oh,
sure.
dude.
Oh, sure.
I wish we caught like like 2 or 3 of them. I would have thrown them right in the pan.
But we didn't.
I know.
I think only Rob and Carmine got smallmouth.
Yeah, I think Carmine got one and Rob got one.
And,
but when Rob was fishing off the dock the first day.
Yeah, and Vinny caught a rod to the face.
Yes, I got whipped to the face.
I'm very sorry about that.
That's all right.
But, you know, you get excited, you try to set that hook, and...
Hey, it's just like Henry Hill says in the beginning of Goodfellas. Everybody catches a beating sometimes.
Yeah, that's it, you know? But, that's a great movie, by the way.
Yeah.
Absolutely, right? I just had it on the other day.
Yeah, Amanda and I watched it last night.
Love it.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean... It's nice getting out there with your friends, your family, and just doing something different for the day.
Yeah. I like, besides fishing, I like to do a lot of cooking. And anytime we got everybody down at the house in Barnegat Bay and we catch some fish, I typically turn it into fish tacos because everybody likes it that way. And all of a sudden, everybody loves fish. Some people say, oh, I hate fish, I can't eat fish. I don't tell them that I'm making them into fish tacos. They think it's chicken, and then they bite into it. They're like, oh, what is this? This is fucking
And then
delicious.
you find out.
And then they fucking find out.
Yeah, no, going down the Shorehouse is just a lot of fun for everyone.
Yeah, it's good for the family. Keeps everybody close.
Yeah, not just that. Like, I'm sure whoever has a girlfriend, a wife, we all get to say, "Oh, you going out again?"
Yeah.
Come on, you went out last weekend. Well, you know what? Gotta rip them lips.
Yeah, and I'm considered a menace because my girlfriend, she always wants to sleep in or sleep a little bit later. Some of the guys too, like Andre fucking wants to sleep in.
I'm always the first one up. I've been trying to get everyone up. But...
Yeah. See, I like to be up at like 4. I want to be out on the boat by like 4 o'clock in the morning because I like to go around and catch the peanut bunker. And then we can go fishing sometime around 5:15, 5:30. We'll be out on the water. The biggest thing for me is that I love to watch the sunrise because when you're coming out of the lagoon, the sun's rising in the east, so the sun's coming up over Island Beach State Park on the horizon, and the sky turns this like pinkish scarlet color, and it's just unlike anything you've ever seen in your life.
Yeah, it just sounds nice. It looks nice, but going back with the Shorehouse and having the wives and the girlfriends, be like, oh yeah, we're going to the Shorehouse, you know, go hang by the pool, go tan, you know, it gives them something to do, distract them.
It's nice when there's a bunch of girls down there so that they could go off and do their own thing, and then the guys can go out fishing and not be bothered.
Yeah, well, I think I'm always going to be bothered.
Yeah. Around 9:30, we get the phone call to come back for breakfast.
Yeah, what are you guys doing? You guys almost done? Oh yeah, we're on our way back right now.
Yeah, another cast. Oh yeah, sure.
Oh yeah, sure.
We'll be back eventually.
Yeah, you know, we didn't expect the winds are blowing the opposite direction, and
oh yeah,
you
know,
oh
the engine, I don't know what's going on.
We're stuck in reverse like on Carmine's boat. Remember that day? We had to go all the way back in reverse.
Manual override.
That's
override. Yeah.
But, yeah, no, I mean, getting out there is just a fun time.
Yeah. I used to, growing up, fishing Sandy Hook, my dad had like 6 or 7 guys that would always come out fishing with us. And the name of my dad's boat back then, actually it still is today. It's called the Corrective Action. Yeah, and we had the Corrective Action fishing team. And it was me, and I was like, you know, in the early teens.
He was the mascot.
Yeah, essentially. And everybody on the boat was like 60 plus besides my dad. And I got all kinds of crazy stories. Like,
well, let's hear some. Let's go. Give us one of the best stories you have right now.
There used to be this old guy that lived across the street from me. His name's Bill. He passed away last year. But he was a funny guy. And we were coming around the tip of the hook. And we must have ran over some surf fisherman's fishing line. And we must have cut the line, like, immediately. And the guy started yelling in Spanish from the shore. We could kind of hear him. So Bill yells back in gibberish. Like he just made up some shit. And then the guy responded. And to this day, we were wondering what the hell Bill said to the guy, you know? it was just funny. That same day, we come back to the marina. And my dad didn't keep his boat on the water at the time. He had it on a trailer. And we're like, you know, washing the boat down at the end of the day. And Bill, at this time, was probably like 67 or maybe closer to 70. And this woman in a bikini shows up.
Oh, boy.
And it's like, it had to be like 95 degrees outside or something. And she asks Bill, oh, Bill, can you hose me down? It's so hot outside. Just spray me with the hose. I never seen Bill stop working so fast. He turned around, he started spraying her down. You ever see Billy Madison where the guy's hosing the kid and he's like, Mister, please stop.
Please stop.
It was like that, and he's just, And then my dad, he's got his head in the console. He's up in the boat on the trailer. And he pops his head up and he sees Bill hosing the fucking bikini down. And next thing you know, my dad stops doing what he's doing. He's just standing there. He's like, he's watching this woman turn around.
And I know the exact stance you're talking about with your dad. I know that exact stance.
It was pretty funny. Yep. And then, oh my God, there was this one time we were out there with my Uncle Glenn. And it's not a cardinal sin to take a shit on the boat, but it's frowned upon. But we got a 5-gallon pail with a toilet seat on it.
Well, Vinny has his own method of relieving himself.
Let's not talk about that.
We'll get there eventually. Maybe next episode we'll touch on that one.
I shit my pants directly. No, Glenn's got to take a shit. My Uncle Glenn's got to take a shit on the boat. He's like, Vin, I can't fucking hold it. I had too many cups of coffee today. So my dad, who's also named Vin, pulls out this bucket with the toilet seat, and we leave Glenn alone in the front of the boat. And he does his business, and he throws it over the side. But the next time we went fishing, my dad took a fat tipped Sharpie to the bucket and wrote Glenn on the buckets, and then it became known as, oh, you got to take a shit. You got
to take a Glenn.
You got to use a Glenn.
Got to use a Glenn.
Got to use the Glenn. And then my Uncle Glenn is forever known as a shitter. You know, shit like that happened all the time, all the fucking time.
And these are just small stories. I mean, as these episodes progress, because you know, depending if you guys want to keep seeing videos in this style, or you know, I guess what do you call this? A video podcast style?
It's called a video cast.
Video cast. Why not?
I like Fish Talk with Nick Carbone and Vinny Carini. Boom.
But eventually we have two other members of I guess we call it the team.
Yeah.
Really, I guess really three, but we have Rob, Andre, and I don't even consider Justin. Justin lives in South Carolina,
Yeah. Yeah.
but he's been a longtime friend to all of us, cousin to
Lyndhurst
some.
native.
And Andre right now is in Greece.
Yep. Another Lyndhurst native is on his honeymoon.
He's on his honeymoon in Greece.
He tried to do some fishing out there, but he's having a hard time because the wife's dragging him everywhere.
Burden we all carry. And Rob, he's just busy. He has his own stuff going on.
Yeah.
I'm not going to touch too much on his info.
He went fishing yesterday.
Yeah, he went out with his father and sister the other day.
Oh, yeah, I
Was
seen
that
that.
last weekend?
I seen that. They got crabs, too. That's another thing about the Shrewsbury. If you're a crab fisherman...
You get everything in the Shrewsbury. What do you get? Mussels? You get mussels out there?
You get mussels. You can get clams. You can get, like, flounder, bluefish, stripers, weak fish, everything.
I'm sure you're going to kill us for saying this. We're going to try to blow up his spot.
Well, that's the one thing. You tell him the
I'm going
body...
to say this is Vinny's idea. Hey, Rob, listen. This was Vinny's idea. He told me to bring up the Shrewsbury.
Nah. If you rewind this video, Nicky brought up the Shrewsbury first.
Oof.
Anyway, we bring up the body of water, but we don't tell you the spots. We give you a general idea of where to go, but you'll never know for sure.
You got that one guy on, I think he's a YouTuber, Facebook, where he finds locations.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
From all over the world just by pictures and what's surrounding it.
I got another story for you. This has to do with freshwater fishing. Rob's dad is Carmine. Carmine is a tremendous outdoorsman. He's probably been fishing and hunting and camping and doing all of that since he was 5 or 6 years old, and now he's, 66, 65?
I have no idea. I'm not even going to try to guess.
In my opinion, he's one of the greatest outdoorsmen I've ever known. He kind of pushed... Our friend Andre and I showed interest in going lake trout fishing at a reservoir in not upstate New Jersey, but it's kind of western New Jersey. It's in a town called Lebanon. It's called Round Valley Reservoir, and that's where the state record for lake trout is. That's where the fish was caught. It was like 40-something pounds. So Andre and I were all gung-ho about trying to learn how to lake trout fish, and Carmine was kind of our mentor for it. And Andre and I tried fishing for lake trout like 5 or 6 years. Couldn't figure it out. Never fucking caught a fish. Went up there. Ended up smallmouth fishing in the lake because we just would give up on the trout fishing, or we would start trout fishing for rainbows and browns and brooks instead of the Lakers. But Carmine did his homework, and he watched several videos where, the fishermen that were on video were very successful in catching the lake trout. And he studied the videos and the geography of the lake in the background. In depth. He was like pausing the video and looking at the fish finder instead of the guy, right? And like looking at their GPS on screen, and then
he had get those coordinates.
He'd have a depth chart, like a printed out depth chart, and he'd like mark it with a marker. And then the next time we went fishing, he's like, "I've got the fish triangulated."
Triangulated.
That's what he had said.
That sounds like something your dad would say.
Yeah. But Carmine's like, "I got the fish triangulated," and he brought us to a spot, and sure enough, in like 20 to 30 minutes, we started hitting Lakers one after another. And we didn't limit out that day, but I think we brought home at least 12 or 13 fish.
Yeah, it's a good day.
Yeah, best day we ever had. And Carmine makes a world of difference, but he's a guy who sits down and does his homework. It also helps that he's retired, but
just remember, make sure you got that black and mild ready.
Yeah. Yeah, he loves eating. He always brings a Tupperware container full of watermelon.
Here we go.
And he smokes black and milds while we fish. He's funny as shit.
Yeah, it's just go.
Yep. He's good for a Little Rascals reference once or twice, and
he's just fun to go out with.
Yeah,
he's just a funny guy to go out.
You end up laughing the whole time, and sure shit, 6 or 7 hours goes by. It feels like you were out there for 20 minutes.
Yeah, I like when you go out with Carmine and Rob.
Oh yeah, and then they fight with each other.
That's it the whole time.
Yeah.
They love each other so much, and obviously father son, it's great.
Yeah.
But watching them go head to head is just hysterical.
Yeah, you kind of stand there awkwardly in silence,
Yeah.
like, oh, what's going on? Is somebody going to hit
But
somebody?
that's kind of like what happens with you and your dad, too. Like,
Oh, yeah.
there's been so many times I just sat there.
With the
just
fucking
like,
radio antenna?
forget the radio antenna. Vincent, the whip!
Oh,
the
yeah.
whip!
Oh, yeah. I couldn't wait. I couldn't get out of the house fast enough. I ripped the fucking... We got fiberglass whips that come down and they suspend the boats away from the dock so they don't rub. And the one day I made a
Bad decision.
bad decision.
A bad decision.
My father was fucking bickering at me, and I just wanted to get away from the house. And at the time, I had an 18-foot checkmate, 1986 checkmate, and
cigarette boat.
Yeah, it was fun. And I ended up pulling away from the dock while the fucking whip was still attached to the cleat on the boat, and I ripped that fiberglass rod right out of the holder. It was bad. I snapped that motherfucker.
That made to an interesting rest of the day.
Yeah, it was awkward. And then I had too many people in the boat, and I couldn't get it up on plane. It was just a shit show.
It was still a good time, though.
Yeah, you learn a lot.
Hey, listen, you learn from your failures.
Yeah.
What's it? A rough sea, a smooth sea never made a skilled sailor.
Yeah.
So.
Or a fiberglass whip.
Or a fiberglass whip. But no, just getting out there, having fun. I'm gonna keep saying it. I'm the type of guy. I like fishing. I'm not crazy in love with fishing, like,
Oh, I'm sick in the head.
I like to get out there. I like to be in the nature. I love camping. We haven't done any camping videos yet, but
yeah, we got to get a camping trip in.
This is CNC Adventures, not CNC Fishing. But most of the stuff is targeted towards fishing. But
we should go camping somewhere where we can fish.
we should, but for some reason we don't.
They added more. So this Round Valley Reservoir that I was talking about with the lake trout, they offer camping. They got a few different options on how to camp. They have an RV spot. They have like a community camping area where you're not camping right next to people, but you can see other people's campsites. It's like maybe 50 or 60 yards away from each other. But the style camping I've always wanted to do there is they have a hike-in option. It's 2 miles of hiking from the boat ramp, but what they allow you to do is you can rent one of those campsites because those hike-in campsites are along the water's edge on the other side of the reservoir, and they allow you.
Where was this, Round Valley, you said?
Yeah, Round Valley, and they allow you to launch a boat with all your camping gear, drive it across the lake, anchor up.
I remember you told me about this.
Yeah, you beach the boat, and then you're at your campsite.
Well, now I got that. I should probably do a video on that. I got on Temu.
Oh yeah.
This giant inflatable tent. It looks like a ranch style house.
Yeah.
And I think we throw that on. That could fit everyone easily.
No problem.
And we could even throw a wood stove in there on a nice chilly day.
In the last couple of years, they drained a lot of water out of Round Valley, and what that did was it created more beachfront. So, like, if you were to do this and drive your boat across the lake, where you beach the boat, you're like 100 yards away from the campsite, and that's a long way to huff all the shit.
Yeah.
So, they've added more water. They opened up one of the dams and let a bunch of water into Round Valley. The thing is, Round Valley Reservoir is owned by the city of Newark. It's one of the Newark watersheds.
Yeah.
So they'll sell a ton of water to the city, and then next thing you know, you've lost 20 feet in depth.
I'm just saying we're in the wrong business.
Yeah, we gotta start selling water.
Yeah, you're an electrician.
Yeah.
I'm a longshoreman, so unions we support.
Local 164, baby.
1235, but we're in the wrong business.
Yep.
We should be selling water.
Takes a lot of money to make that money.
I'm just saying, but like something so simple. Can you imagine?
I know.
Who had it in their idea? I'm gonna bottle this shit.
Some
and
asshole.
Just sell it.
Some fucking asshole.
Ain't us.
Better than us.
Way better than us. we're nothing. We're just borderline white trash.
Yeah. Borderline.
Borderline.
Yeah. It's all good though.
It's okay.
We know how to live.
Hey, listen, as long as you're having fun, that's what life is. You know,
Yeah.
just having fun and living.
The one thing about that Round Valley Reservoir, it's some of the clearest water in the state. You could probably see good 30 feet down.
Yeah.
And the deepest part of that lake is 180 feet when the lake is full. It's
That's
180 feet in depth, and it used to be a town. The town went bankrupt in the early 1900s, and Newark needed a reservoir, so they put 2 dams at both ends of the valley, and they filled the valley with water. And at the bottom of the lake, where the town used to be, all the concrete foundations are still there, and the rumor is that the church is still standing at the bottom, and various scuba divers have swam down there and got stuck inside of it.
So it's confirmed, like it's still there.
Yeah, and there's like 7 or 8 bodies that have never been recovered from the lake.
Yeah, now you sound like the Meadowlands.
Yeah.
Who knows? Whoa.
Good fellas.
No. They even take it to the not Sopranos, it's Sopranos too, but
It is Sopranos too.
The Godfather, you know.
Yeah, Sea Caucus.
Leave the gun,
Take
take
the
the
canoles.
canoles.
That's right.
But yeah, no, another lake like that is the Kittatinny.
Oh yeah.
That used to be an onion farm.
Yep.
And I don't know the too much on the history about it, but now it's a man-made lake. And
Yeah.
me and Vinny used to go there. I used to live there for a short amount of time.
From what I understand, onion farms are they got to stay like swamp-like.
Well, on the other end of that lake is just pure swamp.
There you go.
So that makes sense.
Valley Hospital in Paramus sits on an old onion farm, and the garage, the parking garage, is a big obviously it's a big concrete structure,
Yeah.
and because of the onion farm that used to be there, it was constantly sinking during construction. So they were hiring and firing engineers that would just approve the plans.
You try to become an engineer.
Yeah, fuck that. Fuck that. Too much school.
NJIT, baby.
Yeah. Been around the block. But now I'm an electrician, and I couldn't be happier.
Yeah, it's a good job.
I don't know if I could sit behind the desk, dude.
I can't.
I can't do
I
that
can barely
shit.
sit behind this stupid table I got here.
I know. We got to put this on the boat.
we should do a fishing talk on the boat while we're moving.
I might
Get
be
one of
asking
those.
too much.
Hey, listen. I mean, it's a challenge, but you know me. I do stupid shit.
You know what? See, I always wanted to get CJ on the boat with his guitar and an amplifier and have him like fucking shredding.
Well, me
while we're
and
fucking
CJ
going.
used to be in a band.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, he could bring out that guitar, bring out the bass.
Yeah, like in fucking Mad Max when the semi truck's going like 80 and the guys on the front of it fucking
Just
playing.
jamming out.
Yeah, dude, that'd be sick.
But yeah, no. So we definitely got to do more of these videos. I mean, whether you guys like them or not, I'm having a good time.
I'm having a good time sitting here.
You know, on our Facebook group, definitely go check that out. CNC Adventures on Facebook.
Boom, Facebook plugged.
There's also a link to it in my bio on the channel.
Click that link, motherfucker.
Also, there's on there, we have a sponsor.
Yes, we do. Jackery.
Jackery, which I'm actually using right now to power pretty much this whole setup. I'm not going to lift it up because...
we got a ton of shit plugged into it.
Exactly. But I have everything's running right now off a Jackery 1500 Explorer. And definitely go check them out. Highly recommend it.
We have a discount code, don't we?
Not yet. I am trying to work that out. But right now there is an affiliate link, and anything you buy does help support the channel.
That's right.
And it gives us a little more time to keep making these videos before my wife and his girlfriend say you guys are idiots.
Yeah.
But I completely got off topic. But on the Facebook page, Johnny P
Oh yeah.
reached out. I told him that we got to get him on here. I feel like that'd
be nice.
Just interesting.
Johnny P is full of stories. He's lived a life.
He has. We lost him. We lost Johnny once.
We did.
He was he was found in Wildwood.
Oh my God.
He was found in Wildwood.
Yeah, Johnny P went missing for like 8 hours.
Yeah, I think it was longer than 8 hours.
Yeah.
I think it was a couple days.
Yeah, you're right.
It was a couple days.
Yeah,
But we found him. It's all right. We
Yeah.
got Johnny back.
Yeah.
We always got to protect Johnny.
Somehow Johnny always finds his way. He's like a whale, you know. He always returns to his place of birth.
But I also been reaching out to another YouTuber. He's also from Lyndhurst. I personally don't know him, surprisingly.
I think.
His name's Travis.
Yeah.
And he's co-founder of Team Buffalo Outdoors. He has some great videos hunting, fishing. He just went out last weekend. This weekend, and that's why he isn't here today, because we talked about doing this. But he said next weekend, if we're around, he'll definitely love to come on.
Yeah, that'd be great.
But this is new to us. You know, we're just trying to have a good time. Hoping you guys are having a good time with us.
Hell yeah.
You want to add anything else to this?
I love talking. I don't know if you guys...
No, he's a storyteller.
I don't know if you guys have noticed that yet, but I talk in almost all of our videos, and I got a million stories to tell. Nick has heard my story so many times he tells me to shut up, or
I just follow along with him. Like, I know exactly when, like, there's going to be, like, an uptick in his voice.
Yep. He'll know. He'll be like, oh, here he goes.
Here we go.
Here he goes.
Vinny, jack of all trades, master of none.
Yeah, that's why I'm good. I sit in front of the camera and I just start rambling.
Yeah, and I hate being in front of the camera. Like, right now, this is just killing me slowly. Killing me slowly. But, you know, we all got to put in our dues.
Yeah. Yes, we do.
But I think that's enough. We could wrap it up on our first episode of Fishing Talk. Things will get better.
We'll have more stories.
It'll get better. Definitely plan some stuff out. We're kind of like flying off the cuff here.
Yeah.
It's a last minute idea just because...
I like doing stuff off the cuff.
Yeah, you know, we don't want the channel to go dry. We don't want you guys to disappear on us. Yeah. I guess. So hopefully this is something that you guys would like to see. Obviously, we're going to continue doing fishing videos.
Maybe it's something you listen to on your way into work in the morning.
Yeah, that's true. I know Vinny just lets YouTube play all day in his car.
Yeah. Well, sometimes I'll be interested in maybe a new style of fishing, or I heard about a new technique that'll help my fishing game. And sometimes my commute to work can be over an hour because I get sent out to different locations. But I'll try to listen to what these guys are saying. And maybe
that's another thing. There's always more, whether you're an amateur, a pro, you never stop learning on how to do things. So,
never stop.
I mean, we might do something different than the way you do it, and you do something completely different the way we do it. Yeah. But we would love to hear about that too. Throw it down in the comments. I mean, we would love to hear your styles, and we'll even try them out. I mean, we'll show you us trying them out. Because
send us a message on Instagram. You know, if you don't want to post on, if you don't like posting and you rather do a direct message, send us a message on Instagram.
And I'll drop a link to Vincent's Instagram page.
Yep, Life of Vince, and the O in of is a 0.
Ooh, keeping it spicy, I see.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I really don't use Instagram. Kind of like amazing that I'm even doing this because I don't like social media.
Yeah.
But
if you give us a direct message and you have some nice fishing tips or something or a story that you want to share with us, we'll put it in the next video. We'll give you a shout out.
And as always, we're trying to get more sponsors. I keep reaching out, but the channel needs to grow more. I've been rejected.
Yeah, help me get St. Croix on.
St. Croix.
Yeah, it'd be really nice for us to get some new poles.
How you doing? But yeah, I mean, I've gotten more rejections from companies than I have girls in my life. And that's a lot of rejection. Let me tell you, I ain't that good looking. I ain't Rob.
No, he's a killer.
Again, story for another day.
Yeah.
But I think that's it. We're going to wrap this up.
Yep.
Thanks for tuning in. Hopefully you guys like, subscribe, comment, share, react.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for stopping by.
Flip us off. Whatever you guys
tell me to go
do.
fuck myself.
We're from Jersey, so that makes us feel like home. And, you know, telling someone to go fuck themselves is...
I love you.
Is like, you know, just safe.
Yeah, that's safe.
Just feel safe.
Yeah.
But on that note, thanks for tuning in. Nick, Vinny, and we'll get some more videos out hopefully when we do. We'll just leave it at that.
Thank you.